Winter Fragrances Masculine Edition. Hi everyone, I'm Annie G, and welcome to my channel where the scents are sweet and the reviews are spicy. It is my job to make sure that you are never overspending on anything, so today I want to give you some great recommendations for winter fragrances that are more masculine leaning. If you're a man, woman, she, they, gay, but you prefer a more masculine fragrance, this list is for you. Now, what is the difference between a winter fragrance and a holiday fragrance? To me, winter fragrances tend to be less sweet and spicy and celebratory and are a little bit more comforting, warm, rich, and a little could be zingy to go with the cold weather to cut through the cold. So that gives you any idea what we're getting into. Let's get started. First, out the gate, I did recommend this for the holidays for special occasion fragrances for men. However, it's not so sweet or spicy that it can't be worn all winter, and it is one of my favorite more masculine fragrances. That is Daddy by Universal Flowering. Oh my goodness. Daddy is right. You guys, this is the best dry, woody, peppery fragrance I have ever smelled. No one talks about it. It's from this niche little, not even niche, like independent perfumer. Her name is Courtney Refuse, and she, I think, is Canadian. Anyways, but Universal Flowering is her line, and she makes some incredibly unique fragrances, and Daddy is one of them. Hanokoi wood, which is, I think, a Japanese wood. It has that feeling of being in a Japanese sauna, like a dry sauna or a tea house. Just the driest cedar wood you can imagine with black pepper. Oh my gosh. It is so powerful, potent. I mean, 2 sprays of this stuff and you are smelling it forever. It is a little pricier, but I don't mind because the quality, the performance you're getting is insane, and it's supporting an independent perfumery, a female perfumer too, so I don't mind. That warm, dry woodiness really cuts through the cold, so I think for winter, you cannot go wrong with Daddy from Universal Flowering. Next up is a newer acquisition. This is from a affordable Middle Eastern brand. This is Vulcan Sable from French Avenue. Wow. Why aren't more people talking about this? This is a creamy, spicy, liquory, resinous, animalic, rich scent. It's hard to describe. Let me spray it. Yeah, it's got this sweetness. It's subtly sweet, rich, a little leathery, a little animalic. I will say there is a styrax note, I think it is, a more animal musk scent in here that for some people will be super off-putting, like full stop, but it only lasts for like 30 minutes, and after that you're just left with this creamy, smooth, warm, leathery, addictive. Like it's just, I can't stop smelling it. It is so good, and it is very masculine. Like this is not called Daddy, but this is also a daddy perfume, okay? So if you are daddy, this is another one you need to pick up. Let's look at the notes. So at the opening, you have whiskey, booze, orange, coriander, and mandarin. So it does have this juicy liquor thing happening, kind of like an old fashioned or something, where it's like juicy, but also very liquor forward and dark and rich, but it's so good. So I'm struggling to describe it because it's so unique. I really haven't smelled anything like this. Middle notes, tonka, cashmerean, styrax, and anise. So that's where it gets a little hard to wrap your head around, is the styrax and the anise is very, animalic is the best word, but it really doesn't last long and before it goes down to the base of vanilla, patchouli, and benzoin. The base is this earthy, warm, creamy, a little sweet. It is so interesting and so good, and I think for the winter, like this feels like a heavy, warm blanket with a sexy man. Your girl, you're under a blanket and it's cold out and it's this heavy blanket and you're cuddling close, like it's a little sweaty but cozy. So don't sleep on this. This is a really underrated gem from the Vulcan line from French Avenue. It is Vulcan Sable. Next up is a independent banger that I don't really see anyone talking about. I will say this might be the most unique of the bunch, the least mass appealing, but if you're into some kooky and different stuff, I think you'll love this. This is Morel Map by Clue. So if you don't know about Clue Perfumery, they are out of Chicago and they do some wackadoodle accords. They have a perfume called Warm Light Bulb that smells like dust burning on an incandescent light bulb. And like when you smell it, you're like, oh, that's exactly what it smells like. And then they have a church incense one that smells like a Catholic church, and then butter one. Very interesting. So their Morel perfume is a mushroom perfume. So that's why it's a little different. It is earthy, but sweet and a little mossy. Like this is damp earth, but wearable. It has a little sweetness. It has a little brightness, but yeah, that mushroom note is distinctive, but it's not stanky. It is so well done. Like for a mushroom perfume, are you kidding? And look how cute the bottle is. I just love that top and the little graphic on the front. What the heck? I will say it is not the best performer, maybe like 3 hours, but for what it smells like, you're spraying it to like go out to a fun dinner or like just for the day, like those two where you just want it on for a little bit. You don't want to smell like this all day, but it does have this comforting quality because of the mushroom. The notes in here are super interesting. Top notes, balsam fir, woody notes, and violet, birch leaf, and red currant. That's, I think, where you're getting that bright juiciness is from the red currant, and that violet gives it, gosh, it's hard to describe. It's like this nostalgic feeling, which I think with the mushroom kind of lends to that damp forest feel. It is like a very kind of melancholic, nostalgic feeling scent, if that makes sense. Middle notes, mushroom, violet leaf, and galbanum. The middle notes, again, that violet leaf is a little more green with the mushroom. And yeah, the galbanum is just like a little bit of green to add to the kind of earthy, mossy feel. Base notes, green forest accord, oak moss, and elm. So you're getting that tree vibe. So interesting, so cool. Truly, no one wears this. No one smells like this. No one's talking about this. So if you want to smell different, I think this smells like winter in the Pacific Northwest in the United States, where it doesn't snow, but it's just rain. It's just rain. And you're in this green, mossy, ferny forest, but it's still cozy and comforting because it's nature. The best way I can describe it, but I highly recommend this one. Worth the pretty pennies. Morel Map by Clue. Next up, we have another affordable gem that is newer to my collection. I just picked this up. This is Incense 01 by Swiss Arabian. Now, this took me by surprise. It is very sweet for being a incense fragrance. And there's actually, I don't think any actual incense notes in here, so don't let that scare you. It is more of a frankincense scent to me. Frankincense, it's very balsamic. It smells like a little bit of fir tree. It's very piney, but bright. And I think in the winter, oh my gosh, it smells cold, if that makes sense. It smells like cold, crisp air, and it still has that kind of warm resin feel. So it's like cold, crisp air, fir trees, and then warm resin. And incense is what the vibe is. Top notes are frankincense, rum, juniper, and bergamot. So there is this kind of juicy sweetness at the top with the juniper and the frankincense. It's very interesting. Middle notes, fig, hazelnut, roasted nuts, almond, and lily of the valley. So there is a powdery feeling to it, but it's so interesting because I would have never guessed fig. I would have never guessed hazelnut. But I guess when you do really smell, there is a subtle creamy woodiness, nuttiness in there. Definitely the creamy you're getting. Base notes, frankincense, dark chocolate, sandalwood, vanilla, cedarwood, and moss. So it has also that earthy feeling. It's so funny when I showed this to my husband, the first thing he said was it smells like chocolate, which is so funny because I don't get the chocolate in here. I just get more of those like fir, balsam notes and some of the juicy, creamier notes. But yeah, there is a chocolate note in here. Very interesting, very complex. It is an X-ray. Great performance. I sprayed it once on a tester strip in my beauty room and was smelling it for literally 2 days. So I really think this is worth the hype. A great affordable pickup for the winter. This is Incense 01 by Swiss Arabian. Okay, boys, or theys, she's who prefer masculine fragrances, do not sleep on Bouquet Ideale. This is always talked about by women, but to me, this is a masculine fragrance. It's dry, it's woody, it's spicy. The vanilla is so soft. The tobacco flower is so subdued but smoky and well balanced with papyrus. It is such a good smell. I think more men need to wear this, honestly, or more masculine leaning folks need to wear this because it is smooth. It has that George Clooney feel to me where it's like smooth, elegant, kind of James Bond feel. A man who is very in touch with his feminine side, but is definitely masculine and dominant. This is a sensitive man, and that to me is so sexy. For the winter, I think this is a great pickup. It's got that warm, comforting feeling, but still this dry woodiness with a little spice. Fantastic, affordable. I found this tester for like $80. Great classic perfume. Bouquet, Ideale. Next up is one that I don't hear anyone talking about and might seem a little kooky, a little random for the winter time, but trust me, in the winter, this slaps. This is Infusion. That's funny. Anywho, this is Fusion de Gingembre by Prada. Whoa. You have to be a ginger lover to like this. But oh my gosh, is this an amazing ginger fragrance. It is just ginger, geranium, and vetiver. It has the traditional cologne notes. Ginger is not too sharp or like sickly. It is very well balanced with that dry vetiver at the base. Oh my gosh. And then the kind of soft vintage feeling. This is such a good perfume. That ginger, I picked it for a winter fragrance because the ginger is so invigorating. It feels like breathing in cold air, wakes you up and you're like, wow, it's like a bright sunny day, crisp and cold, but the sun is shining. That's what this smells like to me. The ginger is so uplifting, but then the geranium kind of rounds it out and gives it something a little elegant. The vetiver is dry and masculine. I just think this is an incredible ginger fragrance and perfect for the winter to transition us, and then you can wear it all through the spring, summer. Incredible fragrance from the Infusions line, Infusion Gingembre by Prada. And last but not least, one that is slept on by the boys or more masculine folks because of the name and because I've only seen women talk about it, but that is Sugar Leather by Nuit, Nomade. Do not sleep on this, boys. Yeah, it's sweet. It's sweet, but it is spicy leather. Like at the end of the day, this is a leather fragrance, and typically leather is really hard for me, but I am addicted to this. It is rich, smooth, but so sweet and addictive. You can't stop smelling this. When someone's wearing this, you can't stop smelling them. It draws you in. It's comforting. It's cool. This is the James Dean of perfume. If Bouquet Ideale is George Clooney, this is James Dean. A little rough around the edges, but like the OG cool guy. So good. It's chic, it's refined, and it's different. No one's wearing this. I think this is such a good perfume for the money. Great performance, 6 hours with decent projection. If you prefer masculine scents but still want something a little sweet for the winter, you cannot go wrong with Sugar Leather. Okay, everyone, those are my winter masculine leaning fragrance recommendations. Have you tried any of these? Do you agree? Do you disagree? What are you wearing to get you through these cold, dark months? Let me know down below. Like, subscribe. It really helps me out a ton. I have a dream to be a full-time creator, so it really helps me out, means a lot. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!